or fanciest as predictive text on my word processor tells me. I'm Jonathan Kydd. We've got Dr Mart, Charlie Skillen, Dan Silver here, and the great Andy Silverman on the benches. But we were debating ridiculously low score I'd given to Cuadrado, and we didn't get onto the fact that Hazard was great in the game, I thought. And he tends to disappear a little bit, but and also the number of times he got fouled, you just despair of the referees and them, and they don't seem to get it really. That if he gets stamped on, he's lying in the pitch.
Flair players, they always target flair players.
His ankles must be made concrete.
He's the most fouled player in the Premier League this season.
He's led to 28 bookings, I think, or something.
He's been fouled, I think, 74 or 75 times, which is the most by a mile.
That's just the bookings, though, the free kicks.
I mean, they're quite niggly fouls. They're not malicious or kind of like niggly.
Little stamps and little clicks. And that worst one was that one on his on that we got kicked in the hamstring. He's left in the not on the Achilles tendon. He's just left in the corner lying down. That wasn't so.
No, the one at Stoke when the fullback literally cut him in half.
It was what's his face? Bardsley.
The odious ex-Sunderland.
We'd clearly been told by the manager to leave your imprint on him. Leave your imprint.
Let him know you're there.
Let him exactly all of that business. But a quick talk about Cech, who was with
unbelievable.
Can't argue with the 9 about.
Completely phenomenal. That's phenomenal save.
That's almost worth a 10.
That save from point blank range with his legs was just incredible.
But also, he was talking about he anticipated it, didn't he? Because he was saying he was working out where the cross had come when they had a chat with him, which was superb.
You saw his body shape because he's almost getting to the left, but he stuck his foot out to the right and put it out. But that almost worth a 10 because that was a match. Defining.
It was like a goal.
It's a match-defining save.
2 goals, and luckily it stopped Lukaku from scoring. He'd have loved
it. Lukaku was appalling.
He's still never scored at Stamford Bridge.
He's a unit, isn't he, though? I've forgotten how enormous
he is. He's dark when he comes on the pitch.
He's a big old unit, but very ineffectual. Really ineffectual.
So I've got here, how big was anything on Twitter? Anybody got anything coming on Twitter from the gallery there? Twitter? Anybody? Hello, speak now, forever hold your peace. It's a lovely shot, isn't it, Charlie? Just the two of us. Nice, isn't it? Hello.
It's like Grandpa and...
Anything? Mixler?
Give him a word.
All I've got here in Mixler is congratulations, you're on, it says. Well, that's very nice of it, congratulating me, but I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do then. Continue. Here it says continue.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go. Yeah, Chelsea FanCast. Oh, I'm so glad we got rid of Lukaku, says Tactics Wizard. Throwing his arms up every time he didn't get the pass, or it wasn't. Perfect drama queen. Hey kid, you're not world class yet. Well said, Tactics Wizard. I agree completely. Diane, C72 in Crabtree. Says we can't see Andy, which I think is much more important than anything. Andy, we can see you there.
Well, see, I fixed it.
But we can't.
You sent me a message actually and said the same. I'm moving around for you, Di. I don't you can see me now.
Can you see him now, Di?
Can you see me now?
And Tactics Wizard also said Cech should never have lost the number 1. Debatable. He got nice competitions created, isn't it? See who he picks. See who he picks tomorrow night. Should be Cuadrado, I thought. Anyway, so how big was the win? 7-point gap. City possibly demoralised because they won 4-1. Thought we were going to lose. Certainly Nasri had a go at us, which I felt
it's not even worth their time.
No, it was just saying we weren't very good. You thought, hang on a second, we were up there.
I'm sorry, let's skip. It doesn't deserve any airtime. Pathetic attempt at kit mind games.
Arsenal reject.
City, because I saw someone retweet a couple of City tweets saying, yes, Chelsea dropped points, yes, goal disallowed. And then obviously, those are sort of games that change seasons. We kept 7 points. City probably thought, 4 points and that's it.
I just thought, I'm getting worried by the fact that we just don't seem... I know it's difficult because they've set up deliberately to frustrate us and just to defend, haven't they? Really? So
always maintain.
It seems to be the case now with most of the teams. Is that going to be the case for the rest of the season?
Maintain now. We win the league. You'll forget the Evertons. You'll forget.
No, of course you will.
The difference between a 5-point lead and a 7-point lead is huge. It's a lot more than 2 points because it's 3 games instead of 2 games.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's true.
That's right.
And we've still got the goal difference as well, haven't we?
It's Everton, it's not Luton. I know they've not had a good season. They're still a good team for the...
I just got very disappointed with that Naismith, who I actually think is a pretty good player and raises his game a lot.
He's very effective. He's
very
quite
effective,
untalented.
But he gets involved and he scores good goals. And he was playing left back. He was playing all the time. You think, well, actually, even when they broke, he wasn't up there. He's playing midfield.
They set up to frustrate us, and that's why they double back the fullbacks.
That's what they did, but it was a thoroughly deserved 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one team who wanted to win it.
Yeah.
What about
Tim Howard had a worldie, did he?
Yeah.
He was.
I mean, 3 outstanding saves he made.
Yeah. We actually did a stat the day afterwards that he had like a 50% better saves to shots ratio than he did in the whole of the rest of the season. Because he's been a large part of Everton's very poor season, but he just pulled off an absolute.
Is that a reflection on him having a blinder or Chelsea having weak shots?
No. I think Everton played very well.
He had a really good game.
He did have a good game.
Matthew Harding lower. All of those saves were really good saves. None of them were weak shots. They were just outstanding saves.
But I don't think we shoot enough, though. I don't think.
No, we don't.
We proved that by the goal that we scored, that we actually pulled the trigger, and we've got nearly 3 deflections on the way in. If you don't pull the trigger, you don't hit the target.
It's the same with the offside one with Branner, that still it was a shot on target. And considering Willian he seemed to have upped his game since Cuadrado appeared to an extent. Considering his shooting is just not.
Well, didn't Mourinho have a word with him? Said he wants more goals from him.
Has he been on the training ground bashing the ball into the net?
I guess. I actually think Willian has improved so much in the last month and a half. I think every big game we've had over the past few weeks, Man City, Liverpool in the Cup, and then Everton, particularly those three, I think he's been near enough our man of the match.
You can't fault his work rate. God, he works so hard, doesn't he?
I think Oscar would find, if
he wants to get in, you've got to raise his game, hasn't he?
I think what it's become is that if Cuadrado does come in, and I'm not saying Cuadrado's going to be first choice, but it looks like Oscar will be the one to drop out and William move into the centre, because William was great in the centre.
I think Oscar was actually playing quite well, and he's been rested in the.
He was.
Well, he was poor against Villa, wasn't he?
He's looking tired.
He seems to be good, Mourinho. If somebody doesn't perform terribly, and he gives somebody else a go.
He's probably in a few days when he can go away and sit in the sun somewhere.
Non-stop.
He'll be better for that.
He's had non-stop football since the Olympics.
Yeah.
No rest.
He was man of the match, wasn't he, about 3 games ago?
He has been playing well.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good player.
We're very lucky to have the first 3 players in particular, and I think bringing Cuadrado in gives them what they wanted with Schürrle, what Schürrle wasn't providing, and Salah certainly wasn't providing, which is another option, something a bit different, like I said, a bit more direct, hopefully take a few more shots, be a bit more pacey, and it's looking quite good.
Yeah. Zouma instead of Cahill. Yeah, Cahill played against Villa. What's the reasoning behind that, you think? Jose just giving Cahill a go to keep him involved?
I'm sure Mourinho sees the potential in Zouma, and Zouma's never let him down.
No.
Cahill, on the other hand,
he's speedier, isn't he?
Has not been playing well of late.
He had a good game against Villa.
I still say it's something to do with those 2 whacks on the head he had in successive games.
That's very true.
And I think
they seem to also work out that if Branner comes forward, which is Mourinho's tactic most of the time, you've then got a hole in that area that Cahill has to deal with, because he's always got 2 players to deal with in that instance, and he's found wanting, whereas Zouma appears to be very capable of dealing with that if Ivanovic goes forward, because he's much speedier. Yeah. And that wonderful in the Liverpool game when he got beaten to the ball by Sterling, and then he was
recovered.
Just recovered and tackled him.
I think Zouma came in to handle the physical side of Lukaku, because they're a real match physically. And Lukaku barely had a look in the whole game. I think he might find he rotate Cahill, Zouma, depending on who are playing. But having said that, I thought Cahill had a decent game against Villa. He looks a lot more assured.
Yes, he did.
He looks a lot better.
He did have a good game.
Zouma must be as big as Lukaku, isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
It's same size.
Sort of build,
I wouldn't argue with either of them, put it that way.
A brick out building.
I think the other thing that he's kind of worked out is that if Cech's playing, he likes, if Zouma's playing, he likes to play Cech and goal.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He doesn't, because then you've got Cech and Terry to organise him.
That's right. To have Zouma and Terry has to be the case, because I think when Zouma played with Cahill before, he just didn't work. Didn't work at all.
Whereas if you have Courtois, who probably wouldn't be as experienced or as confident in being the kind of leader. The
pretty vocal as well.
It's probably better to have Cahill a bit more experience.
I haven't looked at that triangle. That'd be quite interesting to actually research that. Whether Zouma and Courtois played together.
They have, but not to as much success as they've seen the last couple of games. But I think going forward, I think Dan's right. I think pretty much you'll see them, Zouma and Cahill play about half.
But I like the fact that that's a strong subs bench that they can actually interchange, which I think he was trying to do earlier in the season. That's why it was over Bradford was such an absolute
Christmas games.
But where some people come up to the required standard, and some like Salah and Schürrle, he's ruthless.
But they've got options beyond that as well, because you can play Ivanovic as a centre back.
You could do. And I think Branner just seems to go from strength to strength, doesn't he? He's just
fantastic player.
Completely wonderful player.
He's one of those key Mourinho players. Like he does a job, sticks to what instructions. Yeah.
So we're back on Cuadrado here. Does he need much time to adapt? Do you think how long do we give him? This is my point that I was making before the break.
More than one game.
I know
It's 2 now, though, Andy.
It's 1 and 10 minutes.
Probably about 90 minutes.
It's a massive cliche, but it's a very different league to the Serie A he's come into.
Yeah.
He'll hit the ground running. There's obviously talent because he's been watched. I think give him
of course.
2 or 3 games.
But he's not. I thought we were looking for a winger, and he's clearly not a winger. He's quick. He's quick, and also gets back to defence. In a sense, and he's very speedy.
He did get into the corners, into the byline.
He put a lovely ball into.
Well, I know.
Lovely ball through to Remy.
I always compare them with the marvel that was Robin. Who's one of my favourites.
He did a lovely pirouette in the corner, like 25 minutes in.
It was a lovely pirouette. Didn't have the ball though, did he?
You don't get old-fashioned, Jonathan. You don't get old-fashioned wingers anymore. You don't get those, to the byline cutbacks anymore.
But I like them.
So
I like them to be old-fashioned.
Oh, and Robin, Damien Duff.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Pat Nevin. Pat Nevin was great at getting the byline, knocking it back for Kerry.
I think
something like that.
I think he will play on the flanks, and he spent a lot of his career playing wing back, which means he can do the kind of track back.
Well, he's fit enough, isn't he? Well, it's interesting to see that the replacement for Schürrle is somebody who isn't like Schürrle.
Yeah, exactly.
Schürrle was unfortunate.
But I'd like to ask a question here. What happens?
Schürrle.
This boy Traore, who's been playing very well, just got a very good goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is he going to have a look in, or are we never ever going to use him?
He's only 18. I think Mourinho rates him very highly from what I've read, and they wrapped him in cotton wool.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do that.
Piazon will go. I think Traore, from what I read, they wrapped him in cotton wool, almost house arrest. They could sign him when he turned 18.
Yeah.
But he looks like a really good player, because was it last season, pre-season, he had a couple of really good goals.
Yeah. He scored an absolute blinder against some.
Vitesse, funny enough, may have been.
Was it?
I think it was. Yeah.
Against some ridiculous Malaysian select 11 or something.
I think all these kids are on loan, whatever. If they see something in them, they'll play. If they're not, they'll just be sold for profit. That's all it's about. It's a factory.
No, I know. It's clever, isn't it?
It's clever. It's a great way of getting around FFP, because we're well within.
Bamford, you think, will Bamford ever make it? Will he be good
I have
enough?
a feeling he'll get a chance, Bamford.
I think the plan with Bamford was that he was going to be the third choice striker until the availability of bringing Drogba back for experience and all the rest of it came.
That's going to be a 1-year job, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
with that Drogba. He says he wants to stay, doesn't he? Does that mean he's going to stay as a kind of mentor?
Question is, have you got Costa, Remy and Bamford for next season, for sake of argument? Are those the 3, Costa aside? The backups are, Remy's good, but maybe hasn't enough game time, and Bamford is third choice.
I think Remy's.
I like him, don't get me wrong.
All right.
Having said that, wouldn't shock me not to see him there next year.
Yeah, depends who
just
sell him on for profit.
So who's in the frame, do you think, from
you play second fiddle to Costa. That's when you play one forward. Whoever's coming is going to know that. And Remy's probably quite happy to play second fiddle.
But Costa's not going to play every game, is he? Because he hasn't already. He'll probably been injured. He's been suspended.
He'll miss 12 games out of a 60-game season.
I'm sure it won't be the last suspension he has.
No. Then that's the edge about Costa you like.
He's targeted, isn't he?
Yeah.
Costa,
he wants. If he lost that edge, you lose.
Plays the game hard.
Half his, a big chunk of his ability.
Yeah, the Liverpool game for me was it's occasions like that you think this is why I'm a football fan and why I'm a Chelsea fan, because the crowd was just superb and the atmosphere.
He's a player you love to hate.
He played out of his skin. Even up by me. Well, no, I was fed in my ear.
It's like where we have.
I've got a little earpiece which the
Mark Hughes at Man United
me up and says, "We've scored."
Unlike tonight.
Yeah, unlike tonight.
He's a horrible. When Hughes was at United, he was a horrible player, wasn't he? He didn't like to play against him. Since he came to Chelsea, you appreciate what a really good player he was.
I wish that I'd been able to play Sunday football, knowing that that's how you could play, because I was always terribly gentlemanly when I played Sunday football. I'm so sorry, I've stepped on your foot. Oh my goodness, I've elbowed you.
I'm sorry.
Sparky, when he had his back to goal with his foot on the ball, let him get it off him.
So
and
strong.
also his desire to head the ball. I remember
Loved
going
the
up
volley
to
as well.
Yeah, the goal against Vicenza. Was it Vicenza in the semi-finals?
Vicenza,
yeah.
Oh, he scored a goal.
Some Italian gaff.
Yeah.
Against Derby at the baseball ground, where he, who was the
I think Zola scored a
little
hat-trick
fullback. The little, we had a fullback who was they were all touting to play for England, who then played. Yeah, exactly. Well done.
John Harley. Yeah.
Harley centred this ball, and Hughes climbed for this ball, which was out of his reach, and completely demolished the centre half, going for it. Absolutely fair.
He had stud marks on his back.
Bulleted it into the corner, and I was absolutely just sitting in the stand level with the curl from Harley and thinking, who's going to get this? Oh my goodness! Not only has he got it, the bloke had to go off. He walked through
Absolutely
him.
nailed it.
Absolutely fairly, because he was eyes were entirely on the ball. Just went poof through the bloke, went into the corner. He just went, oh, what a
He
player!
probably took his shirt off and
proper striker.
he wondered whether he'd play Chelsea or the All Blacks.
That's but these are players you love for your club. You love these sort of warriors. Costa's just immense. He just.
Yeah. But it's the effort. Part of it is the effort, isn't it? I love effort from players, as well as the skill. You feel they're committed to the club. It's that aspect.
It's 100% commitment, which some of our previous strikers.
Yeah, completely.
Heart on his sleeve.
Yeah. The fact that it doesn't matter that they've come from another club. They're as committed to you as they were to the previous club.
I've always said this whole argument with Chelsea, with one of the sort of first clubs to play a lot of foreign players. I don't care where they come from. They put on that blue shirt, they give 100%. I don't care where they come from.
I mean, we've had foreign players that have done far more for the club than some of the English players. It doesn't really bother me.
Exactly. I've never cared.
So steeped in relatively recent history anyway, with Zola and Hullet, and I mean, Hullet was club for me.
It's all about
as did Hoddle, despite all the players. Apparently, according to the what's the centre forward with the Italian name, played for Ireland.
Cascarino.
For his book.
Can't score.
Have you read his book?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's meant to be very good.
It's very good.
Hoddle did start the revolution.
He did. But there's a story in it how he used to go in and he'd volley the ball, Hoddle, in the middle to all the players as a proof of what you can do from a training thing, and none of the players could do it. And he'd
if he was an ice cream, he'd lick himself or something.
Get sniffy and wander off, and they'd all feel inadequate, the players, you think. And Cascarino saying we couldn't do what he was doing. But no, I agree completely. It was a fab to have him appointed, which you've got to give to Bates, all these Bates detractors.
Bates deserves it.
He got some things right, Bates.
He got a lot of things right. He saved the club from Marler. You can't say any bad word about Bates.
Yeah.
Second.
Right there.
So, how are we doing? Andy, you're
Maybe one or two.
Fine.
You're not a fan of Bates?
No comment.
No, I know, but I just said he did do some things that were positive. Some things.
I think one thing.
How long have we got then, Steve? On to go. 2 minutes. Okay. Anything on Twitter or Mixler? Can we have a look, please? Oh yes, I'm the Mixler man. I can look at that myself.
I can play. What can you play?
I've got to put my password in. Hang on.
Fill in a useless stat while you're waiting. Okay. I've got the same size calves as Mark Hughes.
Here we are.
Don't ask me how I know.
Oh, he's doing the tactics wizard, who's been very on the ball and active tonight. Yeah, he's talking about Branner with the FA microscope. We'll get on to that. We're getting on to that. We'll get on to that. Yeah, all about Branner and people.
It's not like Mixer to be off the cuff.
Yeah. Clive Lewis. Branner is a total warrior, one of the best for commitment. Thank you, Clive. Absolutely agree.
Absolutely, spot on.
Diane makes brilliant tackles, is spot on, keeps his head. And Zouma's been a revelation.
Time for a break.
So anyway, it's as you can see, I haven't got anything in my ear, so we're doing this by gestures, and I haven't had the correct gesture from the from the gallery. So, but apparently it's here we are, Facebook.com Chelsea FanCast. We're on there. Apparently we're up for a break. So see you for part 3.
2 minutes or something.